Nah, he's a warrior, man. He's battling. He's banged up. He's taking shots. They're a physical team. So, you know, you're going to have to gut it out. You guys can see he's free to talk amongst the best players in the state. Big stages, he does it every time. It makes incredible catches. Crow plays, strips a guy on a kickoff. Yeah, God does it all.
East, west, keep the opposite slide on towards you with them choppers. West side, how we rock it, pull up on you, get the poppin', hey. Them boy don't want no smoke. Them boy don't want no smoke. East, west, keep the opposite slide on towards you with them choppers. West side, how we rock it, pull up on you, get the poppin', hey. Them boy don't want no smoke. Them boy don't want no smoke. Them boy don't want no smoke. Smoke.
It's the longest-running continuous rivalry in West Virginia, and tonight it's at East West Stadium in Fairmont, where the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears take on the East Fairmont Bees. The Polar Bears come into the game with a record of 6-2. East Fairmont is 8-1, but the Polar Bears have won 15 straight games in this series. The Bees are more hopeful, though, as they come into this game rated number 8 in Class AA. The Polar Bears come in ranked number 4. Now let's meet some of tonight's players.
Brody Whitehair, number 4, junior.
Dylan Hours, number 5, senior.
Devontae Johnson, 8, junior.
Chris Wilson, 21, junior.
Max Rosero, number 40, junior.
Kenan Dinger, 10, junior.
Javon Jones, number 11, junior.
Logan Canfield, number 2, junior.
Gavin Michael, number 14, senior.
Riley Green, number 72, senior.
Joseph Richmond, number 61, senior.
Caleb Arbogast, 50, junior. Trevor Bigelow, number 55, junior.
Reed Lister, number 68, I'm a junior.
Caleb Angelon, number 57, senior.
Lovecool Kalkini, 65, junior.
Luke Abrazino, number 33, senior.
Taryn Boda, number 3, sophomore.
Tavion Gordon, number 81, senior class.
Jordan Wagner, number 1, junior.
Coming into the final regular season game, and it has been a very successful year for you. What has pleased you most about your team this season? No, 2 is fine. Yeah. Okay. Tonight from East West Stadium in Fairmont, it's game number 103 in the long-time series between the Polar Bears and the East Fairmont Bees. It's the East-West game. The Polar Bears have dominated, winning 15 straight. Overall, 67 wins, 28 losses, and 7 defeats. But this East Fairmont team, under Coach Shane Eckel, is the best the Bees have had in many years, and they have high hopes coming into this game tonight. Eckel is in his 5th season as head coach at East Fairmont, an overall record of 25-24, but 0-4 against the Polar Bears. I asked him before the game, what are the areas he's most pleased with his team?
Well, I think resiliency and effort. You know, we've had a couple games where we've had to go on the road and kind of battle back, you know, from halftime and different things, and our kids didn't quit. They didn't roll over, and that's one of the reasons that we're able to sit here at 8-1.
And you look to be a pretty balanced team because you can run the ball and you can throw it.
Yeah, that's been a plus for us. You know, the last couple of years we've been a throw first and then run second. But this year, you know, we look to run the football and actually throw probably second, but it kind of keeps us a balanced look.
How would you describe what your quarterback, Ian Crookshanks, brings to the team?
Well, he brings experience, you know, because we're pretty young up front. So I think him being able to help us with some of our calls and what we need to do and those kind of things really helps our offensive line kind of mature, even though we have a bunch of sophomores and a freshman up front.
Your opponent, Fairmont Senior, no stranger. How would you describe this Polar Bear team?
Explosive. You know, they can score a bunch in a hurry. You know, and you look at their breakdowns, you know, they go deep on early downs, first and second down. You know, they'll take shots because they're not afraid to get behind the chains because they know they have the playmakers that can go get a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, where most traditional teams kind of panic and stay out of those modes. It doesn't really faze them. So you really have to watch the fact that they'll take a lot of shots early downs.
What concerns you most?
Probably our secondary with them because we're young. You know, we have freshmen and stuff. So we've got to limit the big plays and try to make them drive the field. That's something that they don't do very well, right? They like to take shots. So we want to try to make them have 8, 10 play drives. And if they score, God bless them. But that's how we want the game to go. That's
East Fairmont coach Shane Eckel. Ray, how about your impression of this East team the Polar Bears played tonight?
Yeah, Jeff, they've been playing very well. Like you said, 8-1. So you know they've had things going the right direction. Crookshanks, the quarterback, very capable quarterback, dual threat, very capable as a runner and a passer. They like to run a lot of spread offense, traditional inside zones, some stretch, but they're going to utilize Crookshanks a good bit in the run game, RPOs, they'll use that. And then they will take shots down the field, they'll try to stretch it vertically. Defense, we're going to see 3-4 from them. You know, a lot of 2 deep safeties, but they're going to try to drop safeties down when they need to help stop the run game. They're going to try to get pressure from the inside with their linebackers inside, but they like to bring pressure with number 5, Hayden Biggie. He's a big part of their blitz package. So we're just going to need to try to take what they can get, what they give us.
I had a chance to check in with a Polar Bear player who has roots in this game, and that's lineman Joey Richmond, whose grandfather played in this game many, many years ago. Checked in with him, just exactly what that means to him.
Papa on my mother's side, Benny Colbash, he played in this a while back, and he played with like Joe Stodd, all of them. You might know a couple of the names that he played with. He passed away about my freshman or sophomore year, so I don't believe he got to see the 100th game, which is pretty special, but we've won ever since then, of course, and I just want to keep that tradition going just like he kept it going, and yep, take this W tomorrow night. It'd be nice.
And this will be your final East-West regular season game. Tell me what that means to you.
Yeah, at first, you know, you really think about it, and like freshman year, I was like, it's going to be whatever, it's just a football game, but like now that it's really happening, it's kind of special because it's not really a target on you, but you just got to keep that train going, that long history of us, that winning streak and all that. So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
That's Joey Richmond of the Polar Bears playing in this football game, the same field on which his grandfather played many years ago. And Ray, there's a lot of history for a lot of people when it comes to this football game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is you know, the game they look and they circle every year. You know, the kids know each other very well. They've grown up playing in the youth leagues together, Little League baseball, you know, football, all of these things they've gotten to know. And sometimes they played even on the same team, so they know each other really well. It means a lot. It means a lot to the communities, and it looks like it's going to be a good crowd tonight.
Well, we have a big crowd here, and that was to be expected when you have 2 top 10 teams in Class AA playing. Both teams heading onto the field now, and it's a little different. This is a visiting team. The Polar Bears are tonight. They are on the near sidelines, East on the far sideline, so we're not accustomed to seeing the Polar Bears up close broadcasting their games. And, of course, our spot is just a little different as well, as we are technically the visiting team here in this game tonight. East has won the coin toss, and they want to kick off to start this game. The Polar Bears will get the football first. And things to watch for the Bees, their quarterback, Ian Crookshanks, has thrown for over 1,400 yards this season, 16 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. His number one receiver is Avery Brown with 34 catches. And for the Polar Bears, Brody Whitehair needs 196 passing yards to reach 4,320 for his career. Why is that important? Because he moves ahead of Jared Ferguson into 5th place on the all-time list. And Dylan Hours needs 154 rushing yards to reach 2,000 in his career. And when Brody Whitehair gets his 80th passing yard tonight, he will reach 2,000 for the season. East is going to be kicking off to start this game. And back deep for the Polar Bears, Hours and Canfield. The East kicker is Carson Church. He's a junior. Excellent kicker for East Fairmont. He's become a big weapon for them. He kicked a 46-yard field goal earlier this season here at the stadium. So this kid's got some talent.
Yeah, and that's something, Jeff, I think we look at. I think they're going to try to utilize that because hopefully they can help win some field position.
So Canfield on the far side, Hours on the near side. Kick goes from left to right. It's a short end-over-end kick, and Canfield gets it at the 20, goes to the far side, out over the 30, the 35, and up close to the 37-yard line. And that's where the Polar Bears will start out. First down and 10, first play of the game coming up. East in its home uniforms, navy blue jerseys, blue and gold pants, navy helmets. Polar Bears all white with royal blue numbers and white helmets with a blue polar bear on the side. Start out with Whitehair in an empty backfield set now. 3 receivers to the left. From the 37-yard line, 2 to the right, and it's first down and 10. In motions comes Gavin Michael. And back to pass is Whitehair. Quick pass comes to Michael. Catches it at the 40. He gets to the 50. Stiff arms a defender. And he is knocked out of bounds in East Fairmont territory, close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice opening play. East was in zone coverage. We brought motion across. They didn't adjust with it. So nice, easy pitch and catch for first down.
And it goes for 26 yards. So the Polar Bears are quickly in East territory. First down and 10 at the Bees 37. Whitehair in the pistol formation now. He has Dylan Hours behind him. In motion goes Navon Jones. Hours gets the handoff up the middle, hesitates, and then goes down at about the 35-yard line. He'll get about 3 yards on the play, bringing up a second down and 7 at the 34. Fairmont quickly to the line of scrimmage now with 3 receivers to the right side. Second down, 7 yards to go. The Polar Bears trying to draw the Bees off sides, and they are successful in doing that. One of those Polar Bear secret weapons that they seem to be able to use in situations like this at least once a game.
Yeah, and that's something early on in this game. I like the change of the snap count because that's something they're a little aggressive early on.
The ball's at the 29 now, so it's just second down and 2 for the Polar Bears. Whitehair has Hours behind him. The ball at the East 29, and Brody's back to pass. Has time, sends it down towards the end zone, and the pass is just overthrown, intended for Canfield. He had his defender beaten, but he couldn't come up with the pass.
Yeah, like the call, we took a shot. It was a good throw. We just overthrew a little bit, but I like taking the shot there in that situation down a distance.
So now the Polar Bears are looking at a third down and 2. Hours lines up behind the quarterback, Whitehair, on this third and short play, and he gets the ball right up the middle. He gets the first down takes it down to the 25-yard line, inside the 25, down to about the 22. And it'll be plenty of yardage for the Polar Bears on that play, and enough for a first down. It'll be a 7-yard gain for Dylan Hours, and the Polar Bears get first down number 2 and have it 1st and 10 at the East 21-yard line.
Yeah, good movement by that offensive line. Nice block by Richmond pulling around.
Game just underway. First possession for Fairmont Senior. And Whitehair is back to pass, sends it into the end zone, and the pass is caught. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. Gavin Michael brings it in from 21 yards out, and the Polar Bears score first and lead it 6-0.
Yeah, that was a laser from Brody. Yeah, that was a nice throw.
Michael having to go up and catch it over his head, did so in the end zone, and made a nice catch, and the Polar Bears have the early lead. It's 6-0. On to attempt the extra point now for the Polar Bears is Cam Peschel. 40 of 44 this season, and he gets the 41st. Timeout on the field. 10:15 to go. First quarter. Fairmont Senior 7, East nothing on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier, and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Well, if the Polar Bears are rusty after a 2-week break, they took care of the rust pretty quickly. Opening drive, and the Polar Bears take it in and now have a 7-0 lead. Kicking off is Peschel. End over end, taken at the 13-yard line. Out over the 15 to the far side of the field by Murphy. Gets to the 20 and is stormed under inside the 25-yard line. And that's where the Bees will go, first down and 10. Gavin Murphy, not big, not a lot of size, 5'7", 112 pounds, but he is really fast. We'll get to see the East Fairmont offense now. An offense led by senior quarterback Ian Crookshanks. He started as a freshman here at East Fairmont, so you don't have too many quarterbacks that are playing their 4th year in high school.
No, and then he's played very well this year, so he's going to be a challenge to defend tonight. So we're going to have to stay in our rush lanes.
Avery Brown is his favorite receiver. He's wide right. And here is the handoff. It goes to Fantasia. Takes it out over the 25 up to about the 28-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down there. He'll get about 4 yards on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 6. The ball at the East 27 in the center of the field as the Bees move from left to right here at East West Stadium in Fairmont. Crookshanks gets a low snap, picks up the football, and he's going to be brought down right at about the line of scrimmage. Dylan Hours had his arms wrapped around him quickly. That was a snap that rolled to the quarterback. You might have heard us talking on the pregame show about what East Fairmont was thinking about doing, and that was coming in with a new center tonight and moving Tristan Ramsey out to a guard spot.
Yeah, that's so critical. I mean, the snap. Something else to look at early on this game, Jeff, is I see we're playing really tight press coverage, and that's something, the luxury that we have the corners that can do that.
No gain, no loss on that play, so it's 3rd down and 6, and Crookshanks will look to go to the air now. He has an empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right side on this 3rd and 6. He's back to pass. He's getting pressure from the side, and he gets away from it, throws on the run downfield. The pass overthrown, incomplete. Intended for Cole Van Kilder at midfield, but it was Cannon Dinger there to defend, and the pass is incomplete, but a lot of pressure on Crookshanks, but he did a nice job of getting free.
You got to give him credit. I mean, Boda, I thought, was going to get there. He had a really nice move off the edge from the field, blitzing, but Crookshanks was able to get out of it and still get the ball down the field. I don't know how he did it, but he did.
And Crookshanks is not just the quarterback, he's also the punter, and he's a pretty good one, too. He'll stand at his 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 27. The punt is away. Line drive punt. That Hours comes up and catches at the 38. Goes to the left side. Gets to the 40. There's a flag. The 45, the 50. Inside the 50 to the 45. And a flag thrown on the play right in the area of Damani Johnson, just a few yards away from where Dylan Hours was on the return. And the official puts the flag down on the 39, which means this is most likely going to take the ball back to the 29-yard line. Conference call at the center of the field. The officials huddled there, discussing the penalty pending against the Polar Bears. At least we're anticipating against the Polar Bears. Now we'll get the call from the official. Maybe.
I'm sure there is. Probably fun on huddle. If it doesn't exist already, I'll make it. There's so many moments.
The one official had his rule book out. That's not a good sign.
It's never a good sign. You're right, Jeff.
Block in the back, called against the Polar Bears.
Illegal block.
Okay, so there were two penalty flags. That's the reason, as there was the illegal block, which was a 10-yard penalty. But there was also another penalty against the Polar Bears, which will be a personal foul penalty. So it takes the ball to the 33-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 there. It's a hit to the head against the Polar Bears. Illegal hit to the head. 33-yard line is where Fairmont goes with 8:31 to go first quarter. And Amani Johnson gets the handoff, and he's hit hard as he takes it out to the 35-yard line and goes down there. So short yardage play for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, these last two drives, we've started off the run, not a long run, but again, positive yardage play. 3-yard gain, still 2nd and 7. That's the down and distance we'd rather be in.
The ball on the Fairmont senior 36 on the near hash marks as Fairmont moves from right to left. Whitehair is in the pistol formation. He has Johnson behind him. Dinger is a wide out to the near side. 3 receivers to the right side. And there is a pass down the line of scrimmage to Canfield, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like we were just trying to run a quick screen to Canfield that time, and we just didn't convert.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Polar Bears. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. The Polar Bears need to get to their own 43 for a 1st down. 3rd down and long. And here's Whitehair. Back to pass. Passing to the near side. Andy overthrows Dinger at the 50-yard line. Incomplete. Not a well-thrown ball by Whitehair. And the Polar Bears will have to give it up on downs. They'll punt it away.
Yeah, credit to East Fairmont on that series. They kept us in a 3rd and long, and that's not where we want to be. So that put a little pressure on us that time, and we were unable to convert.
So punting situation for Fairmont. Remember last year it was 4th and 25 in this game, and Dylan Hours decided to run with it. He's the punter. Not this time, though. Punts it away. This is a nice punt by Hours, and it chases Rowan Kramer back to his 17. Slips one tackle, but not the other, and he's going to go down at about the 18-yard line on the far side of the field.
Yeah, not only was that a great punt, but that was just really good coverage as well by our punt coverage team.
It's a 47-yard punt by Dylan Hours. And that's not a typical punt for Dylan, who comes into this game having only punted 3 times, but averaging about 25 yards a kick. So now 1st and 10, East in its own territory, trailing the Polar Bears 7-0. 7:33 on the stop clock here in the first quarter. East with the ball at its own 18-yard line. 1st down and 10. Crookshanks in the shotgun, hands it to Fantasia. He's hit by Canfield, and he's going down. No gain on the play. Logan Canfield in there quickly, and he brought him down right on the spot.
Yeah, that's a great job by Canfield. That is how you fill a hole. That's how you feel as a linebacker, and that's exactly what he did. When you see space, you should fill it, and that's what he did.
We've talked about Logan a lot this season and how he has matured into one of the Polar Bears' best defenders, and he had quite a game the last time out, led the team in tackles and assists. 2nd down and 10 for the Bees from their 18. Crookshanks play action pass, sends it downfield. The pass caught by Avery Brown at the 28-yard line, and the Bees have a 1st down.
Yeah, that was a great route that time. We were playing press man, and he was able to get some space and still make the play. It was a great pass and catch.
Yeah, it was a little premature. That's going to be marked back a yard, so it will be 3rd down and 1. So Brown gets 7 yards on that completion. And now 3rd down 1 for the Bees at their own 27-yard line. Polar Bears crowding the line of scrimmage. Crookshanks looks to the sidelines, gets a high snap, and then controls it and gets the 1st down as he takes the football up to about the 20, then is thrown to the turf. Gavin Michael leading the stop for the Polar Bears, but it's a 3-yard gain, and it's East Fairmont's first down of the night.
Yeah, Jeff, one important thing you can never lose sight of is when you run the quarterback, you get an extra person in the run game, and that's what they were able to do there. They had an extra blocker by using the quarterback as the runner.
Penalty flag on the play, which I did not see, and now they've called a false start against the Bees. And that will take the ball back 5 yards. I did not see the flag. Nor did I see the false start, but that's not unusual. So that's 1st down comes out of the book. And the 3rd and 1 now becomes a 3rd and 6. So totally different scenario now. And the ball is back at the 22. East trails 7-0. We've played about half of the first quarter now. 6:02 to go. Polar Bears scored on their opening drive. So here's Crookshanks in the shotgun. He has Fantasia to his right. Polar Bears crowd the line of scrimmage, and Crookshanks wants to pass. He's getting pressure, gets out of it, throws it downfield, and the pass intercepted, picked off. Brody Whitehair has it at the 35-yard line, and he's going to go down, and the Polar Bears have the football on the pass interception. Whitehair intercepts Crookshanks, and the Polar Bears get it, and will have the football in East territory at the 36.
I tell you, Jeff, it is such a luxury to be able to play press man like we're playing right now with our cornerbacks. It's really hard as a quarterback when they don't get separation. The receiver doesn't get separation, and that puts a lot of pressure. And that's what happened, resulted in the interception.
So the Polar Bears now, with 5:51 to go in the first quarter, have another possession, but this time in East territory, starting at the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10. Whitehair has thrown one touchdown pass tonight on the Polar Bears' opening drive. And here's an option. Pitch comes to the right to Hours. Hours cuts into the 36, and he'll go down there. He'll get about a yard maybe on the play. Let's see where they mark him down. No, call it at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Make it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I like the play design. We didn't execute it just right, but I did like we came with a little gap scheme. We pulled the guard and the tackle, but we pitched it the other way, and it was kind of a little counter action. Like the design of the play, we just didn't get the result we wanted.
So now Fairmont looks at a 2nd down and 10 from the East 36, leading the Bees 7-0. And Whitehair is back to pass. Quick pass comes to Canfield. Eludes one tackler at the line of scrimmage and takes it inside the 35 to about the 33. That play didn't look good because there was nobody blocking and 2 East defenders coming at Canfield right after he caught it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a little miscommunication there by the receivers, but you got to credit Canfield for still making something out of nothing.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7, a 3-yard gain on that pass play. Polar Bears in 4-down territory, though. at the East 33. Empty backfield, and the Bees have jumped off sides again. So the 3rd and 7 will become a 3rd and 2. East Fairmont fans frustrated. such a crucial penalty when you've got a team 3rd and 7 and all of a sudden it becomes 3rd and 2. It changes everything drastically, especially with the Polar Bears in 4-down territory at the East 28. Now the empty backfield set for the Polar Bears, and Whitehair, low snap, back to pass, sends it downfield to the sidelines, caught by Dylan Hours at the 15, and he takes it down out of bounds inside the 15-yard line, close to the 10.
Yeah, great protection by that Fairmont senior offensive line. They run a high-low concept and just hit Hours there in the flat, or on the out route, excuse me, and just a really good pitch and catch.
18-yard pass play, Polar Bear first down, number 4, and Fairmont senior first and goal just inside the 10. And here's Whitehair giving it to Hours, getting outside to the right. Goes to the sideline, stiff arms a defender at about the 5, cuts inside at the 5, takes it into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown.
Yeah, it's a great job by Hours. That's how you set up a run. He pressed it up into the line and then he bounced it and drew the defense into him real tight, and then just went to the edge and got there. Nice run.
Dylan Hours scores the touchdown. That's his 35th career touchdown for Fairmont Senior, his 14th this season. Peschel to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 3:59 left, first quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 14, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Fairmont Senior scoring touchdowns on 2 of its first 3 possessions, and now the Polar Bears have a 14-0 lead as Cam Peschel is set to kick off. Murphy back deep for the Bees, and the kick comes to him at the 10. He goes to the right side, gets up to the 15, comes back this way, and he's hit, breaks free, gets up to the 20, the 25, and up close to the 30-yard line. Nice run for Gavin Murphy. He seemed to be stopped back close to the 15, but he got an extra 15, takes it up close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like we had that covered pretty well, but credit to him. He still got up the field and got a positive gain.
They'll set it down at the 28, and that's where East goes first and 10 with 3:49 on the clock. Polar Bears have Bracero, the nose spot, Arbogast and Bigelow on either side of him. Outside linebackers Boda and Hours. Inside linebackers Michael and Canfield. First down 10 for the Bees. Crookshanks gives it to Fantasia. Little opening out over the middle, and he takes it over the 30 to about the 36-yard line. Best play of the night for the Bees.
Yeah, pretty well executed play by that Bees offensive line.
8-yard gain. 2nd and 2. Crookshanks hands it off again, and it's taken back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be all. Fairmont was really in on that play and handled it well. Fantasia gets nothing. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they try to run a power play that time, try to kick out Bigelow, and Bigelow did a nice job squeezing it and forcing the running back inside.
3rd down and 2 from the East Fairmont 36. Clock turns down to 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And now the Polar Bears have jumped offside, so I guess it's fair.
Yeah, you always see that in this type of game. Early on, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of adrenaline that's flowing, and so that's something that you have to kind of channel and kind of get under control.
So 5-yard penalty goes against the Polar Bears. East Fairmont gets his first down of the night. And the Polar Bears get their second penalty of the night. First down, 10 Bees at their own 41-yard line. And the Polar Bears have jumped off sides again. And again, it's Boda and Bigelow on the left side of the Polar Bear defense jumping.
Encroachment called against the Polar Bears.
So that makes it first down and 5.
Will make it first down and 5 from the Polar Bear 49-yard line.
First down, 5 yards to go for the Bees, and the officials call time at the line of scrimmage. And now they reset the clock and start it. First and 5 for the Bees. Chance to get a little creative here and see if they'll try to pass the ball down the field. Fantasia to the right of Crookshanks. Wide out to the near side is Avery Brown. Long count for Crookshanks. And now a design run. Takes it off the right side, inside the 50 and down to the 48-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down there. Canfield and Michael in on the stop for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, another well-executed running play by the East Fairmont offensive line. That time they were trying to run a little power play, and we got caught up a hill too far.
First down and 10 at the Fairmont senior 48-yard line. First time the Bees have been in Polar Bear territory tonight, and it comes with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Polar Bears on top 14-0. And now there's a whistle at the line of scrimmage. Offsides against East Fairmont this time. That just simply meant that they lined up offsides. So it's almost like you're looking at the first game of the year for both teams with these line of scrimmage penalties, which you don't typically see this deep into the year. About a 5-yard penalty against East. That's its third 5-yard penalty at the line of scrimmage. First down 15 now from the East 47-yard line. And the quarterback, Crookshanks. Play action pass. Sets up. Chased out of the pocket. Chased from behind and brought down at about the 48-yard line. Stopped by Trevor Bigelow of the Polar Bears. It's not a sack because he actually gained a yard, and it will be second down and 14 coming up for East Fairmont.
Yeah, Bigelow was pretty relentless in his pursuit of Crookshanks there. But, I'll tell you, those two corners on the outside, I think you got to give them credit for that as well. They're, again, we're playing press man, and that's really hard to get off the line because they're able to do that pretty successfully right now.
Second and 14 for the Bees. Inside a minute to go, opening quarter. Handoff goes to Fantasia, bumped at the line of scrimmage and breaks free inside the 50 to 45 and down close to the 43-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but the Bees are going to be close now. It's going to be about third down and 5. And they'll need to run this play. So Fantasia gets 9 yards on that carry. He averages 124 yards a game for the Bees. So third down and 5 from the Polar Bear 43. Crookshanks has Fantasia lining up behind him now. And there's movement at the line of scrimmage again. And this is a false start against the Bees. So the line of scrimmage penalties just continue to accumulate. That's the fourth called against the Bees. 2 have been called against Fairmont. So that's 6 here in the first quarter. I mean, you usually don't see that many in an entire game.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for both coaches. Like you said, these mistakes, you don't like to see them happening this late in the year. Fairmont Senior, I know, has been off for 2 weeks, so there's been a little bit of a gap between the last game. So hopefully we can get that corrected.
And the first quarter has come to an end here at East West Stadium in Fairmont. A good start for the Polar Bears. After one quarter, it's Fairmont Senior 14, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
And wish the best of luck tonight and in the future for these high school seniors. Third down 10 for the Bees.
Starting the second quarter now. East Fairmont looking at a 3rd down and 10. The football marked at the Fairmont senior 48-yard line. The Polar Bears leading 14-0. East Fairmont with quarterback Crookshanks in the pistol formation. And he is back to pass, getting pressure from Arbogast. Steps up in the pocket, now getting pressure from behind. Arbogast has him, and he sacks him near midfield. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 11 for the Bees.
Tremendous job by that Polar Bear defensive line to be able to get pressure with just bringing the defensive line, no blitz behind it, dropping 7. That's huge. That makes it very difficult on a quarterback.
So punting situation now, and Crookshank stands back at his 38-yard line. Good snap, punts it away, line drive punt, and Ours lets it roll. Rolls inside the 10, and it's going to be down at about the 6-yard line. And that's where the Polar Bears will go with their first possession of the second quarter. 11-10 showing on the clock, and the score shows Fairmont on top 14-0. Going to be checking other games going on tonight. Although the playoff positioning for Fairmont Senior seems pretty well set. Polar Bears win, they finish 3rd. We won't even think about the other option. 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. And Whitehair has Damani Johnson in the backfield now. Behind him, Arbogast, the setter for the Polar Bears. High snap, ball comes to Johnson, breaks free out over the 10. He's up to the 15, spun around, and then goes back down at about the 13-yard line. Pick at the 12, gain of about 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, nice run and nice job on that right side of that offensive line. Gets a really nice block from Bigelow.
Offensive line for the Polar Bears includes Angeline and Richmond, Dawson and Bigelow. 2nd down 4 from the Polar Bear 12. Again, Johnson sets up behind the quarterback Whitehair, and Brody's back to pass. Sets up, pumps once, now runs out of the pocket, runs to the near side, has some room, gets out over the 10, the 15, the 20, and then runs out of bounds. It's a Fairmont senior 1st down as they'll mark him out close to the 25-yard line, a 13-yard run.
Yeah, great job by Whitehair. He tried to hold on as long as he could in the pocket, and when it wasn't there, he took off and got positive yardage. That's what you like to see. But he didn't take off too early. He made sure that there wasn't anything there.
They set it back at the 23. It will be 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears from there. A little more breathing room now, though, after this possession started at the 6. Canfield comes in motion, and Johnson gets the handoff, and Johnson carries it up the middle, takes it to the 26-yard line. Fantasia from his linebacker spot makes the tackle.
Stop on the play, number 33, Dominic Fantasia.
3-yard gain for Damani Johnson. And it's 2nd down and 7. Dylan Hours is a wide out to the left, along with Canfield and Dinger. Navon Jones wide right. Whitehair on a 2nd and 7 from his own 26-yard line, and flags at the line of scrimmage again. False start is the call against the Polar Bears.
Foul motion against the Polar Bears. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down, 12 for Fairmont Senior.
So that takes the football back
21-yard line.
at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 12 for the Polar Bears, leading here 14-0. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Whitehair back to pass, looks, chased out of the pocket, now runs towards the sidelines, and he tries to throw the ball away, and it's almost intercepted. And now a flag is thrown, as that's going to be grounding. Brody just made a couple of major errors there.
They got a little pressure that time, and like you said, it was just a play that just went bad that time.
Intentional grounding called against Whitehair. He had the chance to throw it away before then, but then started running and knew he was going to be in trouble behind the line of scrimmage. And then when he was being twisted around, he just kind of lobbed the ball towards the sidelines, and an East defender came diving in and almost caught it. It's going to take the ball all the way back inside the 5. Ball's coming back to the 4-yard line. So Whitehair is charged with a loss back to the 8, and then a 4-yard penalty.
This is where we have to be careful here with 3rd and 29. We need to make sure that we protect really well here.
3rd down.
3rd down coming up for the Polar Bears. That is a loss of down on the play. Whitehair stands in his end zone. Empty backfield. He's back to pass. Has time. Now chased around in the end zone. Now he's running, and he runs to the sidelines, gets up to the 10 to 15, and run out of bounds on the far side of the field. Just too many yards to gain, though, for him to be able to scramble for a 1st down. Gets it out of trouble, but still it's going to be 4th and long for the Polar Bears inside the 20.
Yeah, that drive looked promising when we first started, but got behind the chains, and 3rd and 29 is really that's too hard to overcome, and so we just need to punt and play defense now.
So 4th down, 15 yards to go for Fairmont Senior. In its own territory, ball set down at the 18. High snap, but Hours brings it down, punts it away. This is a nice floater that is going to hit at the 50, take a Fairmont roll inside the 40, and down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. That'll be a 48-yard punt for Dylan Hours, who just had a 47-yarder the last time he punted. So the Bees get it, 9:02 to go after the Polar Bears' poorest possession of the night. So East Fairmont coming to the line of scrimmage now, trying to solve the Polar Bear defense. Nitro leading Scott 21-6 in the 2nd quarter in Class AA. Scott, is undefeated. 1st down for the Bees. Football marked at the 33-yard line. Crookshanks hands it off to Fantasia, looking for an opening, and he is hit at about the line of scrimmage and then falls forward for a yard. Hours had his hands on him first. Give him 2 up to the 35 and make it 2nd down and 8. Fantasia, 23 yards rushing tonight on 6 carries. And now a timeout called. 8:41 to go. 2nd quarter from East West Stadium. The score, Fairmont Senior 14, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Par Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
All right, thanks. It's second down and 8 for the Bees at their own 35-yard line, trailing the Polar Bears 14-0. And Crookshanks hands it off again, and Fantasia is hit at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. This time it was Arbogast who brought him down, and it's going to bring up a third down and long for the Bees.
Yeah, great job by Fairmont senior defensive line getting push with our defensive line. They did a really nice job on that running play.
So now it's going to be third down and 8. East has had trouble converting so far in the first half. They have just 2 first downs. The ball at their own 35-yard line. Crookshanks out of the shotgun. Play action pass. Has time. Sends it to the far side. Overthrown. Incomplete. And intercepted. The Polar Bears have the ball along the sidelines. And it is Damani Johnson. They're saying he was out of bounds. The ball was juggled, and that's one of those you'll have to have the replay review, Ray Frazier.
We're looking at it right now. I think it was pretty close. It was close.
Pretty close, but it's fourth down and 8 for the Bees now. Pardon us while we watch TV.
Yeah.
4th and 8, a punting situation for Crookshanks, and he just gets that one away. Line drive caught by Dylan Hours at the 32. He gets up to the 40 and is still running and goes down. Nice tackle as the East defender just wouldn't let him go. That was Tristan Boone on the stop, and 1st and 10, Fairmont senior. 7:42 to go here in the first half, and the Bears lead at 14-0. Last year when these two teams played, East led 7-6 at one time, and then the Polar Bears went up near the end of the first half to lead 14-7. Then when we started the second half, East fumbled the kickoff, the Polar Bears scored. East threw an interception, the Polar Bears scored. And just like that, a 14-7 game became a 30-7 game in the third quarter, and Fairmont rolled.
Yeah, you can kind of see that in these rivalry games. They try to, test each other and see what's going on first, but that can kind of happen in these games.
Here is the end around coming to Navon Jones, wide to the left side. He gets up to the 40, to the outside at the 50. He's at the 45, down the sidelines at the 40, stops along the sidelines and is knocked out of bounds. And a nice big gain for Navon Jones and the Polar Bears on the end around.
Yeah, creative play design that time by Mark Sampson. Used the momentum of the defense, and they haven't shown really an encounter yet. So that time got defense going too far one direction.
24-yard gain for Navon Jones, and the Polar Bears get a first down. First down number 6. White here in the pistol formation. And hands it up the middle this time. And the ball is lost. A fumble, and the Bees appear to have recovered. Dom Fantasia recovers the fumble. And the Bees have the ball.
Yeah, that's something we got to stay away from. It looked like did a good job getting the helmet in on the football and caused the turnover.
So Dylan Hours guilty of the fumble, and the Bees have the ball with 7:13 to go in the second quarter, trailing 14-0. So Fairmont Senior guilty of the turnover, and East Fairmont right back on offense now at its own 45. 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Handoff to Fantasia, trying to get wide to the right. And he'll go down at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line, a gain of maybe 3 on the play.
Yeah, they run the inside zone, which is their bread and butter. They like to run it all the time, but nice job by Fantasia cutting it back.
He's gained 26 yards on 8 carries tonight, and it's 2nd down and 7 for the Bees. Cruikshanks has struggled passing. He's just 1 for 3, 1 for 4 rather, with 1 interception. 2nd down, 7 yards to go for the Bees. And there is a whistle at the line of scrimmage, and a flag is thrown. And another false start penalty is called.
Flag on the play. Bees violate the neutral
Yeah,
zone.
and Coach Eckel talked about having a young offensive line, and sometimes when you have that young offensive line, they've got to go against a veteran defensive group like the Polar Bears have. Puts a little pressure, and they get a little antsy, and I think that's kind of what's happening early on in this game.
So now it's 2nd down and 12 for the Bees. The ball comes back to the East 43, 6:18 on the clock. It's turning now in the 2nd quarter. Cruikshanks has Fantasia behind him on this 2nd and long. And here is Cruikshanks back to pass, getting pressure. Coming to the near side of the field. He is grabbed by Arbogast, and he is sacked back at the 35-yard line. Boda came over to help out, and a big loss for the Bees on that play.
Yeah, just relentless pressure by that defensive front. They just were not going to be denied. This is just a great job of getting the pressure on him. First he got out of it, and I don't know how he did, but that's just relentless pressure by our defensive front.
Quarterback sacked at the 35-yard line. The officials having another conference. And a penalty flag. Face mask is called against Fairmont.
Personal foul against the Polar Bears. The penalty will result in a 3rd down and 9 for the Bees.
So Cruikshanks lost 11 on that play. Polar Bears get a 15-yard penalty, and the Bees come back now 3rd down and 9. The ball at the 46-yard line, 5:58 to go, and a penalty-filled first half here from East West Stadium. The 103rd meeting of these two schools. Cruikshanks is in the pistol formation. 2nd down, long play, handoff to Fantasia, crosses the line of scrimmage, and then is hit and goes down. Hours and Canfield on the tackle for Fairmont. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 9.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what Coach Eckel decides to do here. You know, we're playing a really tight press coverage, and it's very, very hard for those receivers to get off the line. Our corners are doing an excellent job.
3rd down, about 8.5 yards to go for the Bees now at their own 46.5-yard line. Quarterback Cruikshanks fakes it to Fantasia, getting pressure, runs out of the pocket to the far side, and he is sacked again, back inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Jeff, that's just team defense. I mean, our coverage is just excellent. I'm watching them going down the field, and there's nowhere to go with the football. There's no window, nowhere to go. And so he had nowhere to go, so that just it allows our defensive line a little extra time to get there.
He had pressure from the outset, going back to pass that time, and the Polar Bears sack him, and now punting situation for Cruikshanks again. Line of scrimmage is the East 39. It's 4th and 16. Line drive punt, and Hours goes back and gets it at the 18. Comes up the sidelines to the 25, the 30, and hit along the sidelines at the 35 and goes out of bounds close to the 37-yard line. And that's where Fairmont will start this possession with 4:17 to go in the first half.
40-yard line. Tristan Boone first on the stop for the Bees.
So the Polar Bears now looking to get the offense in gear. They struggled the last time they had possession of the ball. Navon Jones switches from the right to the left side as a receiver. The Polar Bears have 3 receivers to the right, and Jones, the lone receiver, to the left. It's 1st down and 10, and Whitehair is back to pass. Passes to the sidelines and throws it behind Dinger at the 45, incomplete.
Whitehair's pass is incomplete.
Yeah, credit East that time. Pretty good coverage on that play.
Brody's completed 4 of 8 passes for 68 yards tonight, 1 touchdown. 2nd and 10 for the Polar Bears. Fairmont's usually a little better in the passing game than they have been so far tonight. 2 receivers to the left and 3 to the right. Whitehair getting pressure, blitz coming, screen pass to Dinger, catches it at the 40, but took too much time, and he's brought down at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Jeff, we had the right call on. We just didn't execute it the way that we typically do, but I do like the call. We had the right call with the blitz coming.
So the Polar Bears now with a 3rd down and 8, the ball at the 39-yard line in Fairmont senior territory. The clock turns down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Fairmont led 14-0 in the first quarter, and that's where we are now, 14-0. Closing out the first half. Whitehair in the pistol formation on this 3rd down play. He's back to pass, sets up, fires to the sidelines, and the pass is caught by Dinger at midfield, and he goes out of bounds. It's a Polar Bear 1st down just inside the 50-yard line.
Yeah, good looking play all the way around. We execute real well in protection and give Brody the chance to step into the throw, and when that happens, good things happen.
And that's the Polar Bear offense we're used to seeing in the passing game. A crisp pass, a nice catch along the sidelines, and a 1st down. And the Polar Bears now have it in East Territory at the 49 with 3:21 on the clock, stopped on the out-of-bounds play. Cannon Dinger, back-to-back catches for the Polar Bears. Here is Whitehair on a keeper to the right side. Inside the 45, reaches the ball out to get some extra yardage and goes out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a really good decision by Brody. They were running a little gap scheme where they pulled the guard and the tackle to the left, and he read the end collapsing down and pulled it and got 6 yards. That was a nice job.
So the ball at the 43-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Polar Bears now. Whitehair in the pistol formation, and he's back to pass again. Now chased out of the pocket, fires it downfield towards the sidelines, and it is caught by Navon Jones at the 15-yard line, and he's brought down just along the sidelines at about the 13. A big Polar Bear 1st down.
Yeah, great route by Navon Jones that time. That couldn't have been thrown any better because there was about 4 defenders around him, and he put it. Brody put it where it needed to be.
So the Polar Bears now 7 of 11 through the air for 112 yards, and all of a sudden the passing game has come alive, and the Polar Bears offense has too. 1st and 10 from the East 12 with 2:50 to go in the 2nd quarter. Whitehair back to pass, running to the near side, throwing it into the end zone, overthrows the intended receiver, Dylan Hours, who was open in the back of the end zone, but the pass was thrown about 3 or 4 feet above his hands, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we rolled Brody out to the right and had a little high-low concept, and he'd like to have that one back. He had Dylan wide open.
Timeout on the field. Officials' time. Injured player, so this is a momentary time. Polar Bears come to the sidelines to take advantage of this stoppage of play. Well, next week will be the first round of the state playoffs, and it looks as if East Fairmont and Fairmont Senior will both have home field advantage. Now you're probably wondering, okay, how does that work? Fairmont would be the higher seed, but remember, the decision of when to play belongs to the visiting team. So the higher seeded visiting team has the first choice. East Fairmont would be playing the higher seeded visiting team, so East's game would have first choice. the choice belonging to the visiting team. So let's say their opponent, which looks to be Herbert Hoover, wants to play Friday night. They would get that slot, and the Polar Bears, most likely playing Wayne, would be relegated to a Saturday afternoon game, and that would be the choice of Wayne. Of course, their options would be a little limited because they would have the second pick for a game played at this site. So that's the way it works. North Marion has a home game, and they don't have to worry because they're going to play when their opponent decides that game is going to be played over the weekend.
Very well explained, Jeff. I feel like I've learned something.
I'll tell you, that's, initially when you hear it and you think, now wait a minute, Fairmont Senior is the higher seed and East Fairmont gets to have the game when its opponent wants. But you have to flip it and think, okay, imagine if you were East Fairmont's opponent and saw that the team that finished below you had first choice on when to play the game. That doesn't seem right either. So it all seems to work out, and it'll be the only time, most likely, that the two teams would have that concern. So,
has that ever happened before?
No.
I was going to say,
Never.
I didn't think it has.
Never has happened before. So now, 2nd down and 10 for the Polar Bears at the East 12-yard line. The Polar Bears have a 14-0 lead. Love to get one more on the board before halftime. Damani Johnson in the backfield alongside Whitehair. And when that happens, you just need to look in the receiving corps to find number 5, and that's Dylan Hours, and he's lined up wide to the right. Hours comes in motion this way, and he gets the handoff sweeping to the right side. Hours cuts the corner at the 10, over a defender at the 7, and goes towards the sidelines, but doesn't go out of bounds, close to the 5-yard line.
As this offense has evolved over the year, as the years progressed, I think Damani Johnson being able to play in the backfield like he has, that really has allowed, us to use Dylan all over the place, and you saw right there on that jet sweep.
5-yard gain for Dylan Hours. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Polar Bears now. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Whitehair, empty backfield, takes the snap, looking to the right, fires it hard into the end zone, and the pass is broken up, incomplete. It's broken up by the Bees' Tristan Boone.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing when you run empty protection or with no backs in the backfield for additional protection. Sometimes that defender gets on you pretty quick, and that's what happened that time.
And Brody threw the ball a little behind the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down for the Polar Bears. 5 yards to go. And Fairmont will go for it in this situation. The game clock shows 2 minutes left in the first half. Empty backfield. Whitehair to pass, steps up, fires into the end zone. Then the pass is caught. Hits a Polar Bear touchdown. Cannon Dinger catches it in the end zone for the Polar Bear TD. A 5-yard touchdown pass. There's a flag on the play, and Dinger is going to get hit with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the touchdown.
Yeah, East ran an overload blitz that time, and Brody did a really nice job of of reading the blitz and replacing and throwing the ball where the blitz came from.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Polar Bears will be assessed on the kickoff. You really don't like to see that with 1:54 to go, because now you're kicking off instead of from the 40 at your own 25, and that gives East field position. It's just these kinds of penalties that drive adults crazy.
Yeah, and the other thing is, especially going into the last couple minutes of the half, you don't want to take any chance of giving the other side any momentum.
Cam Peschel ready to attempt the extra point. Canfield holds. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field with 1:54 to go. First half from East West Stadium. It's the Fairmont Polar Bears 21, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in North Central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Oh, I feel better. Okay.
Polar Bear penalty marked off to the 25-yard line for the kickoff.
Fairmont Senior ready to kick off to the Bees with now a 21-0 lead. We're nearing the end of the first half. But now Cam Pesha will kick it off from the 25-yard line. Actually, now it's going to be Cannon Dinger kicking off. It's ironic. Dinger's the one who got the penalty. And now the coaching staff says, okay, now you kick off from the 25. Although Cannon's got the kind of leg that he can overcome that 15-yard distance if he puts his foot into it. He'll kick it from left to right. The returners come up to about the 20-yard line. And here is Dinger's kick. End over end, high, nice kick. Caught at the 21-yard line. Carried up over the 25 by Boone, the 30, and then towards the sidelines at about the 35-yard line. Stop on the play was made by the Polar Bears' Tristan Wills. Flag on the play, back at about the 43-yard line at the other end of the field. Personal foul called against Fairmont Senior and East Fairmont, so the penalties will offset.
Personal foul called.
So it's almost as though it never happened. The ball comes back to the 35. Those were dead ball fouls, so you don't have to kick it again. And East has it at the 35. That's really about the best the Polar Bears could have hoped for under the circumstances. East starting at its own 35. The interesting stat so far in this game is that Ian Crookshanks has only thrown for 7 yards.
Yeah, and Jeff, I think a lot of that has to do with our defense, especially in particular our corners. I mean, they have played lights out tonight.
First down and 10 for the Bees. Crookshanks has an empty backfield set now. And officials time at the line of scrimmage. Problem corrected. And East ready to go now. Again, it's Crookshanks. Sends Gavin Murphy in motion behind him. And Crookshanks, quarterback keeper, a design run up the middle, gets it to the 38-yard line, hit and brought down there. Several white jerseys were there. One of them was Dylan Hours, and another one was Trevor Bigelow. And now timeout called by the Polar Bears with 1:37 to go in the second quarter. Timeout Fairmont Senior. The score, the Polar Bears 21, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Couple of games going on in Class AA that are really weird right now, but it's still early. Oak Glen leading Roane County 14-13 in the second quarter. Oak Glen has won one game. Roane is 8-1, and Nitro leads Scott 21-6 in the second quarter. Scott is the only remaining undefeated team in Class AA and rated above the Polar Bears. So East comes out now, second down and 7. Fairmont Senior calling timeout. It's a statement of confidence in your defense because you would think it would be the other way around. East would like to get on the scoreboard and score here, but the Polar Bears call timeout to perhaps get the ball back. Murphy goes in motion again, and Crookshanks swings it over to Murphy out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. That stops the clock with 1:33 to go.
Yeah, but I like the aggressiveness of Coach Bardick and trying to steal another offensive possession before the end of this half.
Yes, because East will get the football to start the second half. And the Polar Bears have a 3-touchdown lead, 21-0. East Fairmont lost its first game of the season to North Marion, and the Bees haven't lost since. Third down, 7. Murphy goes in motion again behind Crookshanks. And Crookshanks back to pass, getting pressure, chased out of the pocket, runs to the far side of the field. He's going to get the first down as he takes it up to the 50-yard line. And he'll be brought down there. It'll be a gain of 12 yards.
That's the one danger. We have pretty good coverage, but sometimes when you're a man, you lose sight of the quarterback, and so that time Crookshanks took advantage. He's a very savvy runner. That's
East Fairmont's third first down, and the clock begins to turn inside a minute 15 to go. We're in the second quarter. Each team has 2 timeouts left. Crookshanks on another design run up the middle. He gets it inside the 50, runs over a Polar Bear defender, and he'll take the football inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line.
Carry good for 7 yards.
That's when he's at his best, when they run the quarterback power and he's able to get going downhill. So that's something we got to shore up.
Second down and 3 now from the Fairmont Senior 43-yard line. Crookshanks on another keeper. Takes the ball to the right side. He's going to be stopped short of the first down and just short of the 40-yard line. And the officials stop the clock. Well, now where they've spotted the ball, they are going to give him the first down. Wow. He got really good spot on that one as they spotted the ball at the 40. And East Fairmont gets the first down on the 3-yard gain for Crookshanks. And the clock stops with 26 seconds to go. And we have a timeout on the field. 26 seconds left here in the first half. East Fairmont calls its next to last timeout. It's the Polar Bears 21, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
28 seconds on the clock. Crookshanks is in the shotgun. The backfield is empty. He's had lots of pressure so far tonight. He's back to throw. Pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, runs to the far side of the field, throws on the run, and the pass is caught at the 30-yard line. Caught there by Brown, and he'll take it inside the 30 to the 28 with 16 seconds to go.
Yeah, you heard Coach Barter talk about it in the pregame, his concern about Crookshanks' ability to extend plays, and that's what he did right there. He got outside the pocket and gave his receiver time to cut inside and made a nice play.
And East Fairmont is calling its final timeout. 16 seconds to go in the first half. It's Fairmont Senior 21, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Nitro continues to lead Scott 21-6. Chapmanville over Man 10-0. Bridgeport leads Lincoln 21-7. Lewis County 42, Grafton nothing, second quarter. And RCB on top of Elkin 16-0 in the second quarter. Wayne beating Polka 33-0 second quarter. Here we are, East with the football at the Fairmont 27, 1st and 10, 16 seconds to go. The Bees have no timeouts left. And their quarterback Crookshanks is in the shotgun formation, back to pass, getting pressure, lofts it down the middle, and the pass is broken up nicely. Polar Bears, Dylan Hours breaking up that pass over the middle, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 12 seconds to go.
East tries to run 4 vertical routes, but we bring pressure in. It's just so hard to get rid of it that quick, when you don't have time for the receiver to get down the field.
2nd down and 10. East trails 21-0, but threatening to do a little bit of damage here near the end of the half. The ball at the Polar Bear 27, and Crookshanks is back to pass. He's getting some pressure, runs to the near side, fires it deep and out of the end zone, incomplete with 4 seconds to go.
Yeah, great job by Chris Wilson on that blitz. They went pretty much the same blitz that we ran the previous play, and flushed him out of the pocket and made him uncomfortable and was unable to complete the pass.
And in that case, he just was getting rid of the ball. Getting a lot of pressure. A sack would have ended the half, so now the Bees will attempt a field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt for Carson Church. He's already hit a 46-yarder this season. And now timeout called by Fairmont Senior. Polar Bears call time. 4.5 seconds to go in the first half from East West Stadium. The score, the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 21, the East Fairmont Bees nothing on Fun 93.1.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
It's 3rd down and 10 for the Bees, but just 4.5 seconds to go. So field goal opportunity now coming for Carson Church. We're going to put the ball down at the 34, so it will be a 44-yard attempt. Right down the center of the field, though. He has no angle. It's like a really, really long extra point. And the kick will go from right to left. Snap is there, ball down, kick up, and the kick is no good, wide to the left. And that is the end of the first half. So the first half is in the books. The 103rd East-West game is half over. And the score at halftime, the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears, that's West, 21, the East Fairmont Bees, nothing. The halftime report coming up next on Fun 93.1.
An injury at
Ladies and gentlemen, B Nation welcomes the Fairmont Senior High School Polar Bear Marching Band.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier, and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
At East West Stadium, the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears on top of the East Fairmont Bees by the score of 21-0. And Ray, this game has been a lot like last year's game in that the Polar Bears limited East Fairmont's offense in that game. Same story here in the first half of this one.
Yeah, you got to give East Fairmont's defense credit. I mean, they we started off pretty clean. I think the first part of the game getting up 14-0. But since that time, you got to give East credit. I mean, they've played some pretty good defense, and they've held us to 7 points since then.
You talked about it. We've talked about it a lot in the first half. The pressure on Crookshanks has been the difference for the Polar Bears defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of been a byproduct of our corner play. I mean, I keep going back to it, but I'm really impressed with how our corners are able to play that press coverage. I mean, they're able to get up really tight to the receivers, and there's really just no windows for him to throw the football. I mean, you saw he made the one play at the end of the half or when he was extending the play, but other than that, I mean, we really held him in check. So I think as long as we can continue to do that, we put a lot of pressure on them because they have difficulty running the football because we're able to stack the line of scrimmage.
And Crookshanks has not been comfortable. He hasn't really had a chance to set up in the pocket and be comfortable. He's looking right, he's looking left, and also trying to find a receiver. And like you say, there's not a lot of time. And with the Polar Bears up close on those receivers, there's not a lot of time for them to get the separation.
No, it's really good team defense. I mean, like I said, the corners playing really tight coverage, but then we're able to get pressure with the with our defensive line. So with that, I mean, you've got basically 7 to 8 guys dropping in coverage. There's just nowhere to go with the football.
And Fairmont offensively has been good enough. They struggled on that one possession where they ended up with a 4th down and a long way to go deep in their own territory in the second quarter. But they've been efficient, scoring 3 touchdowns first half. Not amazing first half performance, but good enough.
Yeah, and you'd like to see a little cleaner game offensively, but I think just like last year, they'll make the adjustments. The coaching staff will make the adjustments in the second half, and I think we'll come out pretty strong with all offense in the second half. But I really like to see at this time of year us playing the defense that we're playing, because that's really what's going to get you to Wheeling and ultimately win it is defense.
And we've talked about the fact that both of these teams are assured the postseason, and both are, East Fairmont is almost certainly assured home field regardless of whether it would happen to lose this game to the Polar Bears tonight. So both teams have playoff games in their future next weekend. Let's go down to the field and listen to the Polar Bear marching band. That's the Fairmont Senior Polar Bear Marching Band at halftime at East West Stadium. And when we come back, we have halftime stats, scores around the state, and Ray Frazier's travelogue to Orlando, Florida. That's coming up as halftime continues at East West Stadium with the score. Fairmont Senior 21, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93-1. Okay. It's been so long since Ray Frazier has been able to give us a Mountaineer update. I almost forget when the last time was that we talked, but I know it's been a while, and I know some good things certainly happened last weekend. You made the trip to Orlando and had a chance to see a really good football game.
Yeah, it was. I think they really needed that as a much-needed win, and I think they've played really well this year. But it was really important to get that win, and so I think they got things going the right direction.
Okay, tell me about the atmosphere there at Central Florida. That's people think of Central Florida and you think, well, a small school, but it's one of the biggest schools in the country, college-wise, enrollment-wise. But their football program is still evolving, and now new members of the Big 12. Tell me about the atmosphere there.
Yeah, it was a really nice atmosphere. I mean, it was their homecoming. They had, for them, they had a pretty good crowd. I mean, it's not as big of a stadium as a lot of the Big 12 stadiums, but they did have a really good crowd. It was a good atmosphere. Really hot day.
It was warm enough for you.
Yeah.
You took your jacket off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Florida, lived there for over 20 years of my life. So I got reminded real quick what the heat's like.
Now you had a chance, obviously, to see that game firsthand, and all of us watching it on TV had another perspective of it. But as you watch that game, at least from my standpoint, it looked to me like offensively that was one of the best performances of the year.
Yeah, I think it was a real complete performance by the offense. I mean, you look at the stats, and I think we had roughly 285 yards rushing, and then I think passing, I can't remember. I think it was like 160, 170, something like that. But when you look at that's a pretty complete day. So definitely, I think it was a very good offensive day for us.
And the Mountaineers were able to do both. They were able to throw and run. And sometimes we watch games where the running game just wasn't there, which makes the passing game that much more difficult.
Yeah, and I mean, you hear, term complementary football, and that's what I think happens when when you can do both. You can run the football, it opens up the pass, and we were able to get the ball downfield, and that puts pressure on the defense. They can't put everybody up close to the line of scrimmage, and then that opens up the running lane. So I just think it was a total complete win. Everybody, and then all three phases playing well.
All right, I'm sure that you have done your scouting now on Brigham Young, because not only are you scouting the high schools, but you have to scout colleges too. So tell me what you know about this team that the Mountaineers will face tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, they're 5-3 just like us, and they've kind of had up and down. I mean, they've had some moments where they played well. I know last week they didn't play as well as they wanted to against Texas, but have very capable offense. They're going to be a challenge, and they're big up front. So it's typical Big 12. It's going to have to be who comes to play.
When you look at Brigham Young defensively, as I'm sure you have, what do you see?
I think you're going to get, even front, which, that's a lot of four-man front. But like I said, they're really big interior. They have, I think, they're going to be a challenge to move for our offensive line. So that's something that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to really play well in the run game.
You mentioned the offensive line, and injuries have really accumulated along that offensive line, and we're able to see the fact that there is some depth there.
Absolutely. I think they've kind of talked about it this week. I mean, they've had guys that they've had to insert there, but they have full confidence in. The 7 guys that are playing the lion's share of the snaps right now, they really feel good about all of them. If they have to interchange them, and that's just really credit to them and Coach Moore, the depth that they've developed over time, and that's a big deal this time of the year, especially.
Tell me about Zach and how he's handling the physical nature of these games week in and week out, and how does he feel this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, no matter what level of football you play, when you get to the last part of your season, it's always going to be tough. But, I think the thing that, Zach, if you're asking about him in particular, I think he takes care of his body real well. He takes advantage of all the recovery he can do. And so those are things that I think he really, takes very serious, and I think that helps this time of year.
So coming up Saturday night, Brigham Young with perhaps a different starting quarterback.
Yeah, that's the word on the street, But the thing about it is, if it is the backup quarterback, which it's looking that way. He looks to be a very capable quarterback from what I understand. I think he played very well in the JUCO ranks, and he was probably, I think he was ranked the #1 junior college quarterback coming out last year in the recruiting class. So, we'll have our hands full no matter what. It's Big 12. It's what you expect.
And for those who don't know, Brigham Young's starting quarterback had transferred from Pitt and played against the Mountaineers last year in that opening game.
Yeah.
And so seeing him again was going to be kind of interesting, but it looks like that might not happen.
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's looking like it's going to be a different quarterback, but whoever they put out there, I know is going to be very capable. It's the way it always is. We've had some tough matchups when backup quarterbacks have had to play in the past. So we have to be ready for whoever plays. So
when you're a Mountaineer fan, you get nervous no matter if it's the #1 quarterback, the #2, or the 3rd quarterback. It just always makes you nervous. So.
Yeah, it does. You just, obviously anybody that they put out there is going to be a very capable quarterback, and so they're going to be, somebody that we have respect for. So we're just going to have to get after whoever's there and then try to make them uncomfortable.
So that is our West Virginia Mountaineer update. Ray Frazier back on the job after an extended leave of absence, but it's certainly good to have you back.
Yeah, good to be back.
And it's nice to have you back after a win, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Even happier to see you then.
That's exactly right.
Halftime is continuing here at East West Stadium. The Busy Bee Band on the field. Let's go ahead for impartiality's sake and pick up their music. That's the East Fairmont Busy Bee Band on the field at halftime. The score at the half, Fairmont Senior 21, East Fairmont nothing. Halftime continues after this on Fun 93.1. Okay. Halftime is winding down here at East West Stadium in Fairmont, where the Polar Bears hold a 21-0 lead over their crosstown rivals, the East Fairmont Bees. Let's check the first half stats. For Fairmont Senior, 9 first downs. The Bees have 4. Rushing yards, East Fairmont 43, Fairmont Senior 83. Through the air, the Bees have completed 2 of 8 passes for 19 yards, 1 interception. And the Polar Bears have completed 8 of 13 passes for 119 yards, no interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. Total offense, Fairmont Senior 204, East Fairmont 62. Leading rusher for the Polar Bears is Dylan Hours, 25 yards on 6 carries. For the Bees, Dom Fantasia, 9 carries, 27 yards. Penalties have been a factor in this game. Both teams have been hit with several. The Bees have 5 penalties, 25 yards. The Polar Bears 7 flags for 59. Recapping the scoring, the Polar Bears on their first possession take it in with 10:15 to go in the opening quarter. A 21-yard pass to Gavin Michael from Brody Whitehair. Special's extra point made it 7-0. Then later on in the first quarter, the Polar Bears scored on their third possession. This time it was a 10-yard run by Dylan Hours. Extra point was by Pesha was good. Polar Bears had a 14-0 lead just inside 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. And then in the second quarter, early on, it was Cannon Dinger catching a 7-yard touchdown pass from Whitehair. The extra point was good. 21-0 the score at the half. The Bees threatened a little near the end of the first half, but field goal attempt from 44 yards out was wide left, and the Polar Bears took that 21-0 lead into the locker room at the half, and that's where we stand now. Fairmont on top, 21-0. Let's take a look at some of the scores going on around the state. Still a couple of surprising games so far, but it's still somewhat early. I feel kind of like election night, and you're looking at the results coming in, and you have to remember that there are still precincts out. Winfield leads Point Pleasant 21-10. Winfield is the 7th rated team in AA. North Marion ranked number 1, 42-7 over Liberty at halftime. Here's one of the surprises so far. Scott, the only unbeaten team left in Class AA and ranked number 2 ahead of Fairmont Senior, is trailing Nitro 21-12. That game is at halftime. Now Nitro's they're not a bad team. They're 6-3 this season, but Scott was expecting to win this game and finish number 2 in the Class AA ratings. Roane County has now rallied and taken the lead over Oak Glen. I didn't think that was going to stand up. Roane leading 21-14 against an Oak Glen team that is 1-8 on the season. Chapmanville leads man at the half, 17-0. Bridgeport over Lincoln, 35-14 at halftime. Herbert Hoover, the most likely East Fairmont opponent, is leading 57-20 over Logan at halftime. Lewis County 42, Grafton nothing. Frankfort over Kaiser 14-7. Braxton leading Clay County 14-6. RCB beating Elkins at the half 30-0. And the most likely Polar Bear opponent in the first round of the playoffs is Wayne. Wayne is leading Poca 33-0. Now that's assuming that Scott comes back and wins its game against Nitro. If Scott loses, that could change everything. But all for the better for the Polar Bears. In class, AAA Parkersburg leads Musselman at the half 28-3. George Washington over Woodrow 35-0. Philip Barber trailing Preston at the half 13-12. That could have impact on the AA pairings. And Morgantown trailing Lindsay. The Cadets are leading 10-7 in the third quarter. Here at the stadium, the Polar Bears are ready to kick off to the Bees now. And it'll be Peschel kicking off from right to left. Murphy and Boone back to return for the Bees. Ball teed up in the center of the field, and here is Peschel's right-footed kick, end over end, short, and Murphy comes up, gets it at the 21, runs to the left, gets up to the 25. Now there's a flag down as he takes it to the sidelines at the 40, the 50, and then pushed out of bounds at the 45. But a flag is down all the way back at the 21-yard line.
I saw that coming right away. Number 3, Brandon Pacino, it looked like he basically tackled Chris Wilson. The referee called it as soon as he saw that. It's definitely going to be coming back.
So Gavin Murphy, who had a really nice return, they said that the thing they like so much about Murphy is, well, not only his heart, which you have to have when you're his size and playing college or high school football, but they like his speed. And you saw it in that kickoff return. When he got to the sidelines, he was a blur going down the sidelines, but it's all for naught as the ball is going to be brought inside the 20-yard line. The flag's at the 21, which means the penalty will take the ball back. Well, they're going to mark it down at the 20, so they mark the penalty from the 30-yard line. And the Bees will go 1st and 10 from the 20. First play of the second half coming up. Polar Bears dig in defensively now as East Fairmont, who has struggled on offense, has the ball. And the handoff goes off the left side to Fantasia for maybe a yard. Stopped on the right side of the Polar Bear defense, and making the play was Max Bracero.
Yeah, great start by that Fairmont senior defense. That's a really good job of starting off against the run.
They give him 2 yards, make it 2nd down and 8. The ball comes up to the 22. 2 receivers to the right side, and Fantasia gets it again, and the ball pops loose, and it looks as though the Bees jumped on the ball. Fantasia fumbled, but Ian Crookshanks came diving in after the loose ball and recovered it. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Bees. No gain on that play, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, great job, and putting them in a 3rd and 8, 3rd and long situation. That's not where East wants to be, and so let's see if we can bring some pressure this time.
East has Avery Brown wide out to the right side. He is Crookshanks' favorite receiver. And Crookshanks back, play action pass, sets up, fires it downfield, and the pass is intercepted. The Polar Bears have it at the 50-yard line. It's Damani Johnson who was defending Avery Brown, and he has the Polar Bears interception, and Fairmont has the ball in its own territory at the 46-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, if you're a fan of defensive back play, cornerback play, I mean, Johnson just played that perfectly. His textbook. He, bump and run. He played a real tight press coverage, and just made it so difficult for them to get off the receiver to get off the line of scrimmage, and just great play.
10:38 to go in the third quarter, and just like that, the Polar Bears have the football in their own territory at the 46, leading 21-0. And Brody White here has Johnson behind him. He fakes it to Johnson, swings it out on the near side. It's caught by Hours at the 50, down to the 45, still running at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. Hits a Polar Bear touchdown. It's a 54-yard touchdown.
And then if you're a fan of the screen game, that's about as well executed of the screen game as you'll find. That's just very well executed. Very good call on the first down after the interception. So 2 very well executed plays by the Polar Bears.
Special to attempt the extra point. His kick sails from right to left, and it is good. And there's timeout on the field with 10:25 remaining in the third quarter. It's the Polar Bears 28, East Fairmont nothing on Fun 93.1.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Brody Whitehair throws his third touchdown pass of the night, and the Polar Bears now have a 28-0 lead. And Cam Pescia will kick off from the center of the field. Seems like we just did this. And back deep for the Bees, Boone and Murphy. Here is Pescia's kick, and it's a little wobbler that hits at the 25 and picked up at the 20 by Murphy. Murphy runs laterally and then is hit at about the 22-yard line, and he goes down there. One of those in on the stop for the Polar Bears was Josiah Jones, a senior, 5'5", 185 pounds. So East Fairmont comes right back out offensively. The Polar Bears had that quick change and converted quickly. And now the Bees are right back offensively, and they've got to be second-guessing what they can accomplish, because Crookshanks, who's been an excellent passer this season, he's thrown for over 1,400 yards tonight, has thrown for 19, and he's had 2 interceptions, and he's just 2 for 9 through the air.
Yeah, I just think the defensive pressure and the way we're playing out on the perimeter with our cornerbacks is really causing some problems for him.
The ball is at the East 22. First down and 10. Boone in motion. He gets a little swing pass off the left side and takes it up to the 25-yard line, and hit and brought down there initially by Fairmont's Tavion Thornton. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards on the play. All marked at the 26. Second down and 6. And at the line of scrimmage, we have another flag. Penalty coming up against the Polar Bear defense. Jumping off sides. If you have to have a critique of the defense, and really the negative tonight would be just that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about really about the only fault that you really can find. I mean, I think we play pretty good defense, but we just at times need to just find a little bit more discipline when those circumstances happen.
Now it's just second down and 2 for the Bees in their own territory at the 30-yard line, and Crookshanks back to pass, getting pressure from Bigelow, unloads it downfield, and the pass is incomplete, and the flag is thrown against the Polar Bears' Thornton. Pass was underthrown, and it was intended for Hoyt Michael, and then when Tavion Thornton tried to come back towards the ball, there was some contact, and interference is called. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and an East Fairmont first down.
Yeah, I tell you, and Crookshanks took a big shot when he got rid of that football that time. But it was a little bit underthrown, and so come back to the football, they got us for the pass interference.
So East gets its 5th first down of the night and has the ball near midfield now. It's up at the East 46-yard line. 9:38 on the clock. the Polar Bears 28, East Fairmont nothing. Last game of the regular season. Quarterback Crookshanks, back to pass, getting lots of pressure, screen pass coming, and it is caught at the 50-yard line by East Fairmont's Adrian Fleming, and he'll take the football down inside the 35-yard line to about the 30. Screen pass worked very well for the Bees as well.
Yeah, it's a good call when you have when you know you're going to get pressure, and that's what happened on that play, and so they executed that play pretty well.
24-yard pass play for East Fairmont, and that's been the biggest play of the night for East Fairmont. 47 passing yards for Crookshanks now, and it's 1st and 10 Bees at the Polar Bear 30. And there's a swing pass coming near side to Fantasia. Catches the ball at the 25-yard line, takes it down inside the 20, and then gang tackled. And the Polar Bears pull the ball loose, but the officials had already blown a whistle.
Yeah, Jeff, it looks like on those last few plays, it looks like we're not playing as tight a coverage as we have been, previously, and giving a little more space. So it'd be interesting to see in the red zone here if we tighten up a little bit with our coverage.
First down 10 for the Bees now at the Polar Bear 16. East Fairmont trailing 28-0, trying to keep its pulse alive. And here's Crookshanks to pass, and he's hit by Bigelow, then just throws it away downfield. And see if they throw a flag. There's a flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We tightened up the coverage that time, and just no place to go with the football. Let's see what the flag is.
Flag was down at about the 12-yard line. Penalty's going to be against Fairmont Senior for holding. And it'll be first down for the Bees. Football mark down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And East can get a first down. So it's going to be first down and 3. Hand off to Fantasia off the left side. Runs hard, takes it inside the 5 and goes down to about the 2-3-yard line. It's a first down for the Bees on that 2-yard gain for Fantasia. Football marked down at the 4. And it'll be first down and goal to go for the Bees from there. Crookshanks on a keeper. Runs it up the middle, and he takes it into the center of the line, gets to about the 3, and then the Polar Bears stiffen. He'll get about a yard, maybe 2, and it's going to be second and goal. They'll set the ball down at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, Jeff, with the shotgun. Sometimes when you're that close to the goal line, you're already kind of sometimes at a disadvantage being that far back, and you just couldn't close the gap fast enough that time.
So now it's going to be second down and goal for East Fairmont, moving from left to right, trailing by 4 touchdowns. And Crookshanks again just carries the ball right up the middle, and he takes the ball into the end zone for the East Fairmont touchdown. So Crookshanks takes it in, and East Fairmont is on the scoreboard for the first time tonight, now trailing 28-6. And the Bees ready to attempt the extra point now. Carson Church will be kicking from left to right. Crookshanks is the holder. Ball down on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 7:13 left in the third quarter from East West Stadium. It's the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 28, the East Fairmont Bees 7 on Fun 93.1.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Midway through the third quarter, both teams have scored, and the Polar Bears now lead it 28-7. And East will kick off from left to right. A game we're watching between Scott and Nitro. Both teams have scored in the second half now. It's Nitro 28, Scott 18. Remember, Scott, the number 2 team in AA, unbeaten at 9-0. A couple of spots ahead of the Polar Bears in the AA rankings. Church tees the ball up on the near hash marks. Canfield and Hours are back deep for the Polar Bears. And here is Church's kick. End over end, and it is taken on the run by Canfield at the 23-yard line. He gets up to the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, and over the 40 up to about the 41. So Logan Canfield on a nice return on a short kick. And the Polar Bears have great field position from which to start this drive with 7:06 to go in the third quarter. Penalty flag on the play again, and penalty coming up against the Polar Bears on the return. So the Polar Bears called for the foul, holding against Fairmont Senior. So the ball comes back to the 27-yard line. Canfield gets credit for a return to the 37, and Fairmont Senior is now up to 89 yards in flags tonight. That's the negative takeaway so far from this game. First down 10, Bears, and Whitehair back in the shotgun. And he fakes it to Hours. He's back to pass, getting pressure from behind, unloads it downfield, and the pass is incomplete. At about midfield, the pass on the far side intended for Navon Jones.
Whitehair's pass is incomplete.
Yeah, that time he got flush mocking and it got outside and still got it downfield. That time with the pressure, it was a little hard to get the ball off, but he did.
So now it's going to be second down for the Polar Bears. Second down and 10. Now the Polar Bears send 3 receivers to the left side. Canfield, Hours, and Dinger. Navon Jones wide to the right. Whitehair, second and 10. Quick pass, caught by Hours. Catches it at the 25. He's up to the 30. Takes it up to about the 34-yard line. Hit and brought down there, short of the first down by about 3 yards.
That's just it's nice that they've developed some depth at running back to where they can use Dylan and put him all over the field now, and that's really nice to be able to do.
Now on a third down and short, Polar Bears on a keeper right up the middle, and it's enough for the first down. Dylan Hours carries it well. Now they set it back, so it's going to, yes, they're going to signal first down. A little concerned. They put it back at the 37-yard line, but signal first down Polar Bears. So that's a 3-yard gain. And it's going to be first down and 10, Fairmont Senior. Here comes Whitehair. Out of the pistol. Hands the ball up the middle to Hours. Hours out over the 45 and up close to the 50-yard line. And it's going to be another Fairmont Senior first down.
Yeah, very well executed play, inside zone. Everybody got a hat on a hat. That's very well executed play.
Clock turns down to 5:53 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Polar Bears have a 28-7 lead. And the ball now at midfield as the Bears move from right to left. Pistol formation for Whitehair. He's back to pass, looks short. Pass caught by Dinger at the 43. Takes it towards the center of the field, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Rocket Nichols in on the tackle for the Bees. It'll be a gain of about 6 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, the Bees brought a lot of pressure that time, and great job with the Polar Bear offensive line picking it up and giving Brody time to throw the football.
2nd down. A short 4 for the Polar Bears with the football marked at about the 44-yard line. Need to get it to the 40 for a 1st down. 2nd down play coming up. And here is Whitehair back to pass. Has time, now in trouble. Now he's hit in the backfield, pushed forward, and he'll end up getting the ball to the 41-yard line, about a yard short of the 1st down.
Whitehair brought down on the play.
Yeah, that was just a tremendous effort by Brody to push the pile forward and, not take a negative play.
So now it's 3rd down and a yard to go.
3rd down and 1 for the Polar Bears.
At the East 41, clock down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Third quarter, Fairmont Senior 28, East Fairmont 7. And the Bears send wide out to the near side. That's Thornton. There's the quarterback sneak right up the middle and carried for the 1st down by Dylan Hours. So a quarterback sneak that goes for about 7 yards, and the Polar Bears have another 1st down.
I know if you'd ask Jason Kelsey from the Philadelphia Eagles what the best play in football is, it'd be that one, quarterback sneak. I think that's his favorite. Mine too.
And it's now 1st down and 10. Polar Bears at the East 34-yard line. Polar Bears taking time off the clock and keeping their hands on the football here with a 3-touchdown lead. Whitehair on a handoff to Johnson off the right side. Johnson at the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. Hits up, Polar Bear touchdown. Damani Johnson takes it in 34 yards out, and the Polar Bears now lead it 34-7.
I tell you, Jeff, we get that kind of production from him. It just makes it so nice because, again, being able to put Dylan on a different place, that's just the way you run a football. Just really explosive run right there.
Peschel ready to attempt the extra point for Fairmont Senior, kicking from right to left. Canfield to hold. Ball down, line drive kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 3:36 to go, third quarter. It's Fairmont Senior 35, East Fairmont 7 on Fun 93.1.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Fairmont answers the Bees touchdown with one of their own. And East Fairmont will get the football back on the kickoff now. Ball teed up by Peschel in the center of the field at the 40. Murphy and Boone back to return for East. They stand up at about the 15. And here's Peschel's kick. It's end over end, but short. Caught on the run by Boone. Drops it, picks it up, and he goes down at about the 23-yard line. So East Fairmont with the football now, trailing 35-7. North Marion leading Liberty 49-7. That's no surprise there. No other updates Hoover, East Fairmont's likely first-round opponent, leading Logan 64-20 in the third quarter. First down 10 coming up for the Bees. The football at the East 25. Crookshanks probably feels a little better after his offense rejuvenated on the last possession. There's a fake swing pass, and Crookshanks on a keeper takes it up to about the 29-yard line. Hit and brought down there by the Polar Bears' Dakota Nisley. 4-yard gain for Crookshanks. And the Bees now send 3 receivers to the right side on a 2nd and 6 play. Crookshanks gets a low snap. He's going to run with the football to the right side, and he gets up to the 30 and gets up to about the 33, where he is tackled and brought down. Chris Wilson in on the tackle for the Polar Bears. It'll be short of the first down. 3rd down and about 2 to go.
Yeah, just great job pursuit by the Polar Bear defense. When you try to run a perimeter play and you get everybody to the football like that, it just makes it very hard to get the positive yardage you need.
3rd down, 2 yards to go now. Crookshanks has different running back with him now. That's Fleming, and he's having trouble positioning him on this 3rd down and 2. And there is the handoff to Fleming, and Fleming will get close to the 34-yard line and close to the first down marker. Going to be short by about a yard, a 1-yard gain for Fleming, and a 4th and 1 coming up for East Fairmont. Fourth down and 1. The Bees going for it here in this situation, needing to get to the 35 for a first down. Polar Bears crowding the line of scrimmage now. And here's Crookshanks on a keeper. He's hit. He's short. He loses the ball, and the Polar Bears recover. Crookshanks fumbles the ball. He was going to be short of the first down anyway, but then he fumbled it, and Damani Johnson dived on it, and the Polar Bears have it with 1:24 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, just great penetration by the Polar Bear defense. Yeah, that's how you play short yardage. Situational, good situational awareness that time. Great pad level by the defensive line, just all the way around. Great job.
So Fairmont with the ball at the East Fairmont 33-yard line with 1:24 to go in the third quarter, and the Polar Bears would like to strike quickly here. They have 2 wideouts to the right side, Hours and Canfield. Jones wide left, and here is quarterback Whitehair on a design keep. He takes it inside the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, and is run out of bounds on the far side of the field at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, and that's when our offense is going to be at the best, when we have all cylinders running with the quarterback run, and then we're able to run with the running back, and then obviously our pass game. So, those 3 things, it makes us very hard to defend.
Ball set down on the far hash marks as Fairmont moves from right to left. This is closer to the East Fairmont sideline now. First down and 10, 1:16 left, third quarter. Polar Bears 35, East Fairmont 7. Pistol formation for quarterback Brody Whitehair now. Johnson behind him, and Whitehair back to pass, getting pressure, steps up in the pocket. Now he's running with room to run. Gets inside the 15, the 10, and is brought down inside the 5-yard line. Brody carrying the football, took a hard fall inside the 5, but it's enough for a Polar Bear first down.
Yeah, the thing I like what Brady's done, he's been doing it all year, just his growth as a quarterback. Just, he waits in the pocket as long as he can, but when he takes off, he's a very effective runner.
Those last 2 runs have made Brody Whitehair the leading rusher for the Polar Bears tonight, 55 yards. So it's going to be first down, goal to go for the Polar Bears from the 3-yard line. Whitehair has Johnson behind him. and whistle and a flag at the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field. Offsides called against the Bees. So that'll take the ball half the distance to the goal line. So we'll call it the 2-yard line, and the Polar Bears will go now first down and goal from the 2. Clock turns inside 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Well, it's supposed to turn. The official signaled for the clock to turn, but it hasn't started. Now it does, and Polar Bears come quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Dylan Hours at quarterback sneak. He takes it down to the goal line, and he is still waiting for a signal from the official. So they both, from the ends, walk into the center of the field, and they call him down at the 1-foot line. A 1-yard gain for Dylan Hours, and that will end the third quarter. From East West Stadium in Fairmont, the 103rd meeting between East and West has just 1 quarter to go. The score, Fairmont Senior 35, East Fairmont 7 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Starting the fourth quarter with the Polar Bears as close to scoring as you can get. The ball at about the 1-foot line. And Dylan Hours comes up under center to run at quarterback, and he takes the ball into the pile, and the officials haven't signaled touchdown yet. Now they do. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. It seemed he had to go far enough to get it into the end zone, but the officials were hesitant, but then signaled Polar Bear touchdown, and Fairmont leads it 41-7. Peschel ready to attempt the extra point for the Polar Bears now, kicking it from left to right towards the little scoreboard here at East West Stadium. And the ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 11:50 to go. Fourth quarter from East West Stadium. It's Fairmont Senior 41, East Fairmont 7 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier, and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
The Polar Bears with a 42-7 lead over East Fairmont. And Fairmont Senior is going to be kicking off, but another post-touchdown penalty called against Fairmont, a 15-yarder. And that'll take the ball back to the 25, and that's where the Polar Bears will kick. So that's 104 penalty yards against the Polar Bears tonight. And Cannon Dinger comes in to do the kicking for Fairmont Senior. Returning for the Bees, Boone and Murphy, side by side at about the 25-yard line. Dinger kicks it from left to right, high end over end, but short. And it is going to bounce at the 35-yard line. Picked up there by Boone, runs laterally to the right, and he's grabbed, and he's brought down, and a flag is thrown on the tackle. Jordan Wagner made the tackle for Fairmont Senior. Penalty flag thrown on the play, though, on the return. Personal foul called against the Polar Bears. On the tackle, I couldn't tell if he said face mask or horse collar tackle.
I think it was horse collar.
Yeah, it looked like he was more diagonal, but he's too far away from me, and my screen here is too small. So 15-yard penalty against the Polar Bears, and that puts Fairmont at 119 penalty yards tonight. That's a stat that's going to catch the coach's attention this week. So here we go. First down and 10 for the Bees at the 50. Just underway in the fourth quarter with the Polar Bears on top 42-7, and Cruikshank's pass, quick pass to the near side, is caught by Kramer, and he's hit and can't hang on to the ball. Nisley hit him, and the freshman Rowan Kramer couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete at 2nd and 10. This is the kid who will be East Fairmont's quarterback next season. They really like him. Just a freshman, Rowan Kramer. So Cruikshanks had been on a little hot streak there. He had thrown 3 straight completions. He is now 5 for 13 tonight, 60 yards, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bees at the 50. High snap. Cruikshanks handles it, passes to the far side, caught by Brown, but he steps out of bounds at the 46. It'll be a 4-yard completion for Cruikshanks to Brown. 64 passing yards for East Fairmont tonight. And they have just gone over 100 yards of total offense. 3rd down and 6. Cruikshanks is back to pass again with pressure. Far side pass is ruled complete at about the 43-yard line. On the far side of the field, it was thrown low to the ground, and Avery Brown was able to scoop it up and catch it short of the first down by about 3 yards.
Yeah, it's just really hard for East Fairmont to get anything going in the pass game tonight.
So now it's 4th down and 3 for East Fairmont at the Polar Bear 43, and they actually need to get it to the 40. Cruikshanks is in the shotgun formation, empty backfield, now getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked, but then throws it away. Intercepted! The Polar Bears have it. There's Damani Johnson down the sidelines. He'll take it all the way into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. Cruikshanks under heavy pressure threw the pass with defenders all over him, and Damani Johnson intercepted it and took it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, just tremendous play by Johnson. Yeah, that's him just with just blanketing the coverage. I mean, it's just that's just a tremendous job.
There was a flag thrown as Johnson was returning it, thrown along the East Fairmont sidelines back at the 35, but Johnson was well beyond that. I'm thinking we were seeing a penalty after the play, perhaps on someone on the East Fairmont sidelines.
Well, we used to say there was a thing in the NFL called Revis Island. I think there's starting to be a Johnson Island because I think he's pretty much shutting down opposing receivers.
Well, Fairmont is going to be called for a personal foul, and it's going to take the touchdown away. On the run on the interception. And they'll take the ball back to the 40-yard line. So the interception by Damani Johnson stands. He was returning it, and when the penalty occurred, they say Johnson was at the 25. So the Polar Bears have it now at the East 40 with 9:27 to go, leading the Bees 42-7. So another major penalty against the Polar Bears, and that's the disappointing thing in this game tonight, that the Polar Bears have had that many personal foul penalties.
Oh my God.
So here we go.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. That's and you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, that's something that we have to get cleaned up as we get into the playoffs. That's something, in a rivalry game, but there's no reason we have to make sure we get that cleaned up.
So first down and 10 now for Fairmont Senior with Whitehair in the pistol formation. In motion comes Dinger. There's the shovel pass to Cannon. Runs wide to the right side, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, then breaks free at the 40 and gets down to about the 37-yard line and is brought down there. So he did a whole lot of running for about 3 yards.
Yeah, but great job by Dinger of getting the positive 3 yards. Didn't look too promising in the beginning, but just a great effort to get a positive gain.
189 passing yards for Whitehair now. It'll be 2nd and 7. The ball at the 37, and the Bees have jumped off sides.
Are y'all that dumb?
The Polar Bears have accumulated 15-yard penalties. The Bees have accumulated 5-yarders. East has 6 penalties for 30 yards. The Polar Bears have 13 penalties for 134 yards. 2nd down and 2 for the Polar Bears. And here is Whitehair. Back to pass, getting some pressure. Now he's in big trouble. Tries to break free, runs to the far side of the field. He gets it to the 40-yard line and then fires it downfield, and it's intercepted at the 35-yard line, and the Bees 7 to go in the fourth quarter rather.
Yeah, they just get a lot of pressure, flush Brody from the pocket, and you just try to get rid of it and through to the East Fairmont defender.
So Fairmont Senior calls a timeout as Fairmont's come unraveled just a little bit on both sides of the football. Timeout with 7:57 to go in the fourth quarter. The score, the Polar Bears 42, East Fairmont 7 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99.
Has the football. The clock shows 7:57 to go, and the Polar Bears lead 42-7. The outcome has long been decided, but we just have to get to the end now. East Fairmont running with the football now. The ball taken out over the 40 up to about the 45-yard line. Nice gain on first down. It'll be a pickup of about 8 yards on the play. It's just a little toss to the right to Gavin Murphy after a low snap from center, and Murphy gets 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Barter's starting to bring some subs into the game now.
Handoff to Fantasia up the middle, and he'll take it over the 50 down to the 47-yard line. It'll be an East Fairmont first down, a 7-yard gain for Fantasia. First down, 10 Bees. Clock turns down to 6:50 to go. Crookshanks has Fantasia behind him as he lines up in the pistol formation. Fairmont has Papali along the front line along with Apanowitz. And here is Crookshanks back to pass, lofting one down the sidelines, and the pass is caught along the sidelines and taken into the end zone for the East Fairmont touchdown. Avery Brown catches the pass, a 54-yard TD pass, and the Bees trail 42-13. So the Bees score against the Polar Bear reserves and now trail 42-13. And Carson Church will attempt the extra point from right to left. Ball down, kick up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 6:28 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Fairmont Senior 42, East Fairmont 14 on Fun 93.1.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Just a little under 6.5 minutes left in this one from East West Stadium. The Polar Bears with a 42-14 lead, and the Bees are ready to kick off. Kicking off from right to left. Church tees it up on the far hash marks. Approaches the ball and kicks it downfield. Nice kick, end over end, and it is going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. Fairmont gets the football back now at its own 20-yard line. 42-14 is the score. So the Polar Bears with the football. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Whitehair has two running backs on either side of him now, and he hands this one to Chris Wilson. Wilson cuts inside, gets up to the 25, maybe the 26. Hit and brought down there. It'll be a nice gain for Wilson, though. On first down, he's going to get about 6 yards, brought down by the Bees, Adrian Fleming.
Yeah, good decisive run by Wilson. I like how he just put his foot in the ground and just made one cut and went, and he got north and south. That's a good run on first down.
Ian Crookshank's touchdown pass makes Ian Crookshank the most touchdowns.
Second down, 4 coming up now for the Polar Bears from the 26-yard line. And Whitehair gives it over to Damani Johnson wide to the left. He gets up to the 30, the 35, the 40, to the center of the field at the 50, and he's brought down there. A big gain, about 24 yards for Damani Johnson, and a Polar Bear first down.
I'll tell you, Jeff, I really like how that young man plays. He plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. He plays real hard, and it just shows on both sides of the ball. I really like how he plays.
The ball is at the 50 now. First and 10 Polar Bears. Clock turns inside, 5 minutes to go. We're in the fourth quarter. Fairmont Senior looking for its 16th straight win over the Bees. Wilson gets the handoff, goes to the left, cuts back to the center of the field, and is hit hard and brought down there. It'll be a 2-yard gain. Tristan Ramsey, 5'9", 213-pound sophomore, brings him down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, this is an important time in the game. I know the game's out of question right now, but for this offensive line to be able to show they can run the football when everybody knows they're trying to, that's going to be big as the playoffs come on.
Fairmont at the line of scrimmage now, 2nd down and 8, and there is the handoff coming to the right side again, and carried nicely inside the 45 to about the 44 by Chris Wilson again. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, because there will definitely come a time in the playoffs where they're going to have to run the football, even when people know they have to run the football. So this is an important time in the game right now.
3rd down and 4. Whitehair trying to draw the Bees off sides. That doesn't work, so he looks to the sidelines. This 3rd and 4 situation. Takes the snap, and he gives it to Wilson. Wilson runs to the right side towards the sidelines, and he is tackled before going out of bounds. Very short gain on the play, if any. No gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 4 for the Polar Bears. The game clock down to 3:06. And the Polar Bears send 3 receivers to the left side and 1 to the right. And Whitehair is in the pistol formation with Wilson behind him. 4th down, 4.
Don't jump.
Trying to get the Bees to jump off sides again. Long count, doesn't work. Play clock at 6. Whitehair takes the snap, looking to pass to Dinger. Dinger catches it at the 35-yard line, and he's going to go down there, and it will be enough for a Fairmont 1st down.
Yeah, very, very well executed play. Good job getting the 1st down.
That last pass play did move Polar Bear quarterback Brody Whitehair ahead of Jared Ferguson on the all-time Polar Bear passing list. He's now in 5th place all-time. 1st and 10, Fairmont Senior. Polar Bears had an extra player in the game, and Justice Smith checks out. The Polar Bears have their subs in the game offensively now. And it'll be 1st down and 15 as the ball is taken back to the 40-yard line. The Polar Bear quarterback is the freshman Tanner Woodman, 5'10", 145-pounder. First and 15, a fake to Carrillo, and Woodman on a keeper inside the 35, the 30, down the sidelines, and goes out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Nice run for Tanner Woodman of the Polar Bears.
Yeah, good run by Woodman. That's going to show through in his game. He has the ability to be a dual threat guy, so this is a good moment for him to get some reps.
That's not his longest run. That was a 7-yard gain. He has a 19-yard run earlier in the season. So 2nd down for the Polar Bears. 2nd down and about 3 to go. The ball at the 27-yard line. And the handoff goes to Wagner to the left side. Wagner slips a tackle and takes it inside the 30, the 25, and he's still running. And he's going to go down at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards, close to a Polar Bear 1st down. Now the official signal it is a Fairmont 1st down.
Yeah, great effort by Wagner on that play.
Just 30 seconds to go, and now the Polar Bears do not need to run another play. So it's just a matter of time now. As Fairmont comes to the line of scrimmage, apparently to go ahead and run one more play. And Woodman hands the ball off. It's taken by Boda. Boda takes it inside the 25, the 20, angles to the sidelines, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. A 24-yard run by Taryn Boda as time runs out here at the stadium, and the Polar Bears lead it 48-14. Taryn Boda on a 24-yard run, and the Polar Bears end the game with a touchdown. And now we'll go ahead and attempt the extra point.
You literally passed out water!
And now the officials say you don't have to try the extra point, so the Polar Bears don't. And the ball game is over. The Polar Bears make it 16 in a row over the East Fairmont Bees and win the 103rd East-West game. The final score, Fairmont Senior 48, East Fairmont 14. We'll have the wrap-up coming up next on Fun 93.1.